Mary Hope Romero, author of Vegan Eats World, and I'm going to show you how to make a zesty, healthful udon noodle soup with a miso base. Now first of all, the things I like to put in the miso base of the soup are kombu. It's a traditional Japanese sea vegetable. Just a little bit, just a piece like this, will add a lot of flavor and substance to the broth. I'm also going to be using dried shiitake mushrooms that I've soaked in water. You can see my other video about that. It'll give you insight into how to do that best. And I'm going to be using that to help enhance the flavor of the broth. But before I start the broth, I'm going to make the udon noodles. These are just weak udon noodles that you can get at any Asian grocery store. Prepare them according to package directions, but boil them for about 2 minutes less. You don't want them too soft. You want them to still have a little bit of firm bite. Drain them, then rinse them with lots and lots of cold water so they're completely cold, and toss them with 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. And you can just put them in your serving bowls like this, and you can set these aside. Make sure to use this biggest serving bowls you can, because udon noodle soup should be a nice, big, generous portion. So I'm going to get back to making my broth. I'm going to saute in a tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 onion cut into long slivers like so, about 3 cloves of chopped garlic, and the white end of 4 scallions sliced very fine. So I'm going to saute that until it's soft for about 2 minutes. Now when that's all set, I'm going to add my water. So I'm going to add about 6 cups of liquid in total. For this broth, I'm going to be using 4 cups of water plus 2 cups of shiitake soaking liquid. If you don't have any shiitake soaking liquid and you want to use fresh shiitakes for this, that's totally cool, but you're going to need 6 cups of liquid in total. So I'm going to pour that in, and I'm going to increase the heat to high and bring that to a boil for about a minute. And then I'm going to turn down the heat and cover and let that simmer for about 3 or 4 minutes just to get the vegetables nice and soft. So once my broth is done, I'm going to reach in and I'm just going to take out that kombu, put it aside. It's all done. We won't be needing it anymore. Now, the most important flavoring part of the broth is miso. I'm using an organic mellow white miso, but you can use any kind of like. I'm going to take about 2/3 of a cup and put it into a small bowl. And I'm going to ladle on about a cup of the hot broth. Now, the important thing you need to know about miso is you never want to boil it. You only want to get it nice and hot. By not boiling it, you're going to retain all the important enzymes and a lot of the flavor as well. Okay, so my miso is dissolved into the broth. I'm going to return it back to the big pot, all the broth in it. I'm going to stir it up. That looks great. Now it's looking rich and soothing. Now for the toppings. One of the most fun parts of making udon noodle soup at home. So as I mentioned before, these are my cooked noodles. I've tossed them with a little bit of sesame oil. Now, all kinds of great things can go on your udon noodle soup. I'm going to use a little bit of fresh spinach. I'm just going to tear up some pieces and put it directly on the noodles. These are some shitake mushrooms that I've sauteed. And a little bit of oil and a little bit of salt. Just a few. Next up is tofu. I have 2 kinds of tofu. This is silken tofu. You can find this at any Asian grocery store. It's perfect for udon noodle soup. I'm going to put a few cubes in each bowl. And I'm also going to use another kind of tofu. This is a fried puffy tofu. It's really chewy, it's great, it has a completely different texture. So I just slice that up into some thin triangles. I'm going to add a couple here. Alright. Now I'm going to ladle on the hot broth. The hot broth is going to heat everything up. And one really fun topping for udon soup is corn. So this is just frozen corn that I ran under some hot water to thaw it and get it nice and hot, and I drained it. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the side here. So I'm going to tuck in some crunchy, yummy Enoki mushrooms. These are mushrooms we eat raw. They're a traditional Japanese mushroom. Just a few for a pretty garnish. I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of toasted sesame oil for added zingy flavor. It's smoky. It tastes so good. It makes everything better. Some of those scallions. This is the green part. I don't like to cook these. I like to keep these raw for this kind of soup. So just a few tablespoons of chopped scallions and just a quick flourish of toasted sesame seeds. And there you have it. Beautiful udon soup for two. Eat up. For more recipes like this, you can check out my book, Vegan Eats World, or my blog, veganlatina.com.